You won't believe it, this Vanishing Color Invincible Woman is the most expensive of them all. The first issue would always look like this, and it says 1991. And the second issue, or the reissue they call it, would have a J hook. There, it's called a J hook. What's up guys, it's your boy Krazykyle the Filipino Picker, and today we're gonna take a look at my Marvel Toybiz collections. I'm talking about the 1990 Marvel superheroes and even the 91 to 93 X-Men. All of them carded. We have a few loose figures here, but we're also gonna take a look at the main collections, which is the carded, never been opened figures. I had a bit of a challenge completing the sets because I'm from the Philippines, and with the help of eBay and fellow collectors, I was able to do so. So let's go take a look. I'll give you guys a tour. So here's the giant checklist that I made. It's got everything that is on the back of every card. So this is everything that I tried to complete, and we're gonna use this red marker to cross out everything that we have purchased. Before Marvel signed up with Hasbro, we as kids from the 90s had these 5-inch Toybiz figures, which almost had zero articulation, no elbow joints, very basic, very slim legs. I mean, figures that look like this. So let me give you guys a tour. We're here at Museo ng Kahapon, the toy section. And as a collector of vintage items, the more it looks like this, the better. We're also gonna take a look at the box toys, the vehicles, the jets, the Sentinel, the X-Men Danger Room. So make sure you click on the subscribe button because this is just part 1 of the video. Okay, let's take a look at the first batch. The real web shooting action Spider-Man. Real machine gun sounds Punisher. There's another kind, I'll show you guys later. Throws pumpkin bombs Green Goblin. The Venom living skin slime pores. Thor smashing hammer action. There's only one kind of that. So Iron Man quick change armor. And of course the real climbing action Spider-Man with the suction cups. Okay, I want to share with you guys how the card looks for this particular set. It says they're Marvel superheroes. It says web shooting action. It's got this gray background. As you can see, the gray comic background. Let me show you guys the back. Okay, at the back it shows the Amazing Spider-Man, the web shooting action. Okay, and it shows the vehicles. 1991, right there. It says there 1991. So let's go take a quick look at all the backs. As you can see, all the backs are the same. All the backs are the same for these figures. Let me show you guys the second variant. I'm talking about the first issue, and I'm talking about the reissue, right? So the first issue is the one I showed you earlier, the living skin slime pores, right? It's almost the same. Actually, I made an error when I collected because I collected this one, but apparently the original release was this one. That's why the back looks like this, and it says there 1991, while this one shows a different back. Right there you will see that it's a 1993 reissue. So this goes to the set, and this is an extra copy. Okay, we're done with the first batch. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the second batch. This one is more exciting. These are the Marvel superheroes. If you take a look at the back, you will see that these are made in 1990, and the back looks like this. It doesn't show the actual action figures, just a drawing, kind of like what you see in the comic books. Action surfboard Silver Surfer. There's a second kind I will show you guys later. Suction cup and grasping tentacles for Doc Ock. The Punisher with the cap firing weapons. If you remember the first batch, it says here Punisher with sounds. Okay, and this one looks exactly the same, but it says here cap firing weapons. Next is Captain America, Crushing Arm, the Hulk, Daredevil, and we got Spider-Man Web Suction Hands. That's 2 hands. The one earlier from the first batch is just 1 hand with the suction cups. And last but not the least, Doctor Doom. Now I want you guys to stare closely at the top of the card. It says they're Marvel superheroes. Okay, I just want to show you guys the difference between batch 1 and batch 2. So you guys take note. The batch 1 had their own names here at the top of the card. While as batch 2, they had Marvel superheroes uniformly placed on top of the cards, regardless of which character. But they all share the same beautiful gray comic book background on the design. So for a layman, you would probably think it's all the same, but they're not. Okay, so let's skip the X-Men and let's go straight to the 1992 Marvel Superheroes set. Okay, for the third batch, I call this batch 3, basing it from the back card checklist. They still share the same design of the card, which had the gray background, the gray comic book style background, but there's something different with this one. You guys notice? Okay, let's go through it one by one. Spider-Man, Silver Surfer, Venom Flicking Tongue, Deathlock, another Spider-Man Enemy Tracking Tracer, the Fantastic Four, of course, and this one we're gonna talk about it later and give it its own feature. The Human Torch and Annihilus. There it is. So what's different with these cards? Of course, each set came with a different and unique design. For batch 1, remember they had their own names. So how do I know that this is batch 1 and which one is batch 3? It's because of the card. Because batch 3, all of them had Cosmic Defenders on the upper left of the card. This one doesn't have it. So this one is definitely batch 1. Now I have something here from batch 2, which is Silver Surfer. It says Marvel Superhero. So how do I know? Or this one is specifically for batch 3 and this is for batch 2. It's because, again, on the upper left of the card, it had Cosmic Defenders. So this goes back to the batch 2 pile and this one stays here. Okay, we are now at batch 4. Let's go start with the Daredevil. Very nice figure. It's got the exploding grapple hook. It's not all red. It's got a black trim. Okay, Invisible Woman. Catapult Power Launcher. So how do I know that this is the one for batch 4 when there's another Invisible Woman that looks almost exactly like it? The easiest way, flip the card. You'll see that she's the one there. And another way is right there. And that's the weapon of Invisible Woman. And this other one, it doesn't have a weapon. And the feature of this one though is the vanishing color action. Let me talk about this right now. Because this one is the most expensive out of all the cards I bought. So it says here vanishing color action. If you compare the colors of the two figures, it looks exactly the same. But this one is kind of faded. And at the back, it shows a different set. That's why I know that she belongs in batch 3 instead of batch 4. And this other one belongs here in batch 4 with the weapon. And right there on the other one, it says there, no weapon. Let's look at the multi-jointed action poses. Spider-Man, the Amazing Spider-Man. As you can see, this one has silver screws for the joints. As you can see, it's more articulated than the first few batches. Then we have the Punisher. This is the third time we've seen Punisher. And of course, one of the favorite action figures of kids back in the day. And this one is almost the same, but it had a brown trench coat. So full weapon arsenal. If you flip the back, you will see again that he's the one that belongs to this set. Last but not the least, with the shield launcher, we have the US Agent. A lot of people are criticizing the US Agent figure that it looks exactly like Captain America except it was painted differently. I mean, I don't believe that. I mean, who would say such a thing? Look. Look at that. Everything is basically the same. The weapon and the figure itself. Okay, for the fifth batch, we don't need to compare cards because this one is totally different. We got a lot bigger card if you see, and it says there, hey, I can really talk. And the weapons that it come with is like some sort of a backpack with buttons. First is the amazing Spider-Man talks. Spider sense tingling, your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. The Punisher, it says here, vengeance is mine. No escape for the guilty. For the Hulk, Hulk gets strong, Hulk gets mad. Venom, it says here, die Spider-Man. So there, the villain talking right there. I want to eat your brain. Magneto, mutants must rule, you shall perish. Wolverine, I've got claws, I can use them. Take your best shot. Cyclops talks, optic blast fire, let's go X-Men. This batch 5, is actually a shortcut to the X-Men because it's a mix of the first 4 batches and the next batch that we're about to tackle, which is the Uncanny X-Men. Okay, let's go take a look at it one by one. This is the Wolverine. It comes with a card, a trading card at the back, which makes it 10 times cooler. And this one, I believe, is the one with the mask, which you can wear as a ring later on. And this one is Storm. Storm is a bit of a rare figure because back in the day, not a lot of kids, especially the boys, would want to collect a girl or a doll. They see it as a doll. The Archangel with the white wings. The one with the gray wings is a reissue right there. The Nightcrawler is one of my favorites because it's the most articulate one in my opinion. It was way ahead of its time. The Nightcrawler. Then Cyclops. And of course, last but not the least, Colossus. See, I also have another variant of the Storm figure, which is there's a reissue. It has a J hook. And this one is the silver variant. So check the villains 1, 2, and 3. Now let's go check out the villains of the Uncanny X-Men. There's only 3 for batch 1. Here on our vlog, we call this batch 7. The villains of the Uncanny X-Men, the first batch, Juggernaut, Magneto, and Apocalypse. So at the back of the cards of the villains should look somewhere like the back of the cards also of the original Series 1, which should look like this. Let's see. Right there. See? It looks the same. Whereas the Series 2 or the reissue looks like this, with more characters. So that is it. We have completed everything. We already have checked everything on the list. Okay, so that's it for the episode. I got a lot more in store for you guys, like the Spider-Man cards, Mysterio, Chameleon. I got the Silver Spider-Man. I got the Black Spider-Man. I got the Ordinary Spider-Man. I got Vulture, Doctor Strange, Shocker, Doc Ock, Venom. I have Carnage, Electro, Hobgoblin, Scorpion, Green Goblin, and also the X-Men cards, which I'm almost halfway done. I got the Silver Samurai, I got Professor X, Mr. Sinister, I got Bishop, I got Rogue, Gambit, I got Deadpool, I have Shatterstar, Iceman, I got all kinds of Wolverines, I have Morph, I got Kylan, I have Ahab. I have Ahab. So watch out for those episodes. Again, my name is Krazykyle the Filipino Picker. Maraming salamat. Thank you very much. Coming straight from the Philippines. Toybiz, what up? The Filipino Picker, Krazykyle. Peace.